first one I'm going to go over is our double edge pressure. Okay, our Sam and Will coming off the edge. We can send them through B. We have a call for that. Our inside backers on this are coverage players, and our D line or B gap. Okay, B gap players. The D lineman away from the running back has a two-way go. Okay, nose attacks A to the back. That's the rules. I always put the rules up so if people want to screenshot it or take a picture of it, they can. But then we'll have the diagram of it as well. Okay, you can see here in this double edge blitz. Okay, the reason the end in this picture has a two-way go and not the tackle is because he's on the opposite side of the back. Okay, so by having that two-way go, he can beat the guard through B gap or A gap. Either one's fine. Okay, we'll slant the nose to the back to make sure that the D lineman knows he has his open, clean A gap. Okay, the tackle in this picture doesn't have a two-way go because if he were to counter over the guard, he'd be running into the nose. We'd have two in a gap and we wouldn't be sound. Okay, so this double edge pressure is one we use a good amount. It was very successful for us. I'm not getting into the coverage too much in this presentation because I just don't have time, but we have played man free with this. We played cover zero with this. We played quarters with this. We played cover three with this. So you can use a lot of different coverages with double edge pressure. Okay. Our other 5-man pressures are inside and outside to the same side. Okay. Inside and outside to the same side is what we do the most often. Okay. And I'm going to briefly go over the rules to that. So, because the rules stink with the blitz game and with the sim game. Okay. So if we run a field side blitz, it's all 3 D linemen plus the outside backer and inside backer to the field. That's the Sam and the Mike. If we run a boundary blitz, it's all 3 D linemen plus the Will and the Zip are the 5 rushers. Okay. And then the double inside blitz would be all 3 D linemen and then both inside backers. Okay. You can do any of these from a 4-down look as long as you don't mind dropping your D end into a flat. Okay. And we'll go over some of that in this presentation. Okay. The rules for the non-blitzers. Okay. We will take the non-blitzers and make their rules the same for all of our blitzes. And here's what I mean by that. If we're doing a field blitz, the only people that need to memorize the blitz pattern are the Sam, End, and Mike. Everybody else is completely locked into their role no matter what the blitz was. So say we're doing cover 3. That's what I drew here. 3 under 3 deep, fire zone blitzes. If we are running a blitz with the Sam, End, and Mike, all of the other guys' jobs are locked in. It doesn't matter what blitz we're running. The nose knows that he is slanting away from, he has A gap away from the blitz. The tackle knows he has C gap away from the blitz. The outside backer who's not blitzing. So the Will in the field side blitz knows he's the force defender for run, seam curl flat for pass. The inside backer who's not blitzing. So the Zip here knows he's B gap for the run, low hole for the pass. Okay. By having those rules locked in, you can run many blitzes, but for 8 of your 11 dudes, it's the same thing. You're not running different stuff. You're just changing up the path for your blitzers. Okay. So if we run smash blitz, I'm just going to name some of ours: smash, shoot, bomb, mace, bullets to the field. Only the Sam, End, and Mike need to know what the blitz is. Everybody else just knows, oh, we're doing a field side blitz. I do this, and it's locked in. If we were to run it, okay, here I showed it from an underfront. If you're a 4-down team, okay, it's the same exact thing. These 3 need to know the pattern. Sam, End, and Mike need to know the pattern. Nose has to know he's going away, A gap away from the blitz. Okay, tackle knows he's C gap away from the blitz. We do this thing we call play C through B, where he'll outside step and cut off C gap by rushing through the inside shoulder and tackle. And here you have to have your boundary side. Now for us, we're a 3-4, so it's our Will in the flat. If you're a 4-down team, you have to be prepared to drop your end in the flat in order to run these pressures. Okay. But here from the boundary, it's the same exact blitzes. It's just the other 3 guys doing it. And that's why I said early on, If you know Mike, you know Zip. If you know Sam, you know Will. So we can run the same blitzes, smash, bomb, shoot, bullets, mace, to the boundary. Now it's these three guys doing the blitz, and everybody else knows their rules are locked in. Oh, it's a boundary side blitz. The nose goes A away, the end goes C away. The Sam now is the drop outside backer, so he's the force defender for run, seam curl flat for pass. The Mike now is the inside backer who's not dropping. He's B gap for run and low hole for pass. Okay. And it's important for me to teach that because this syncs up with our sim pressures and our 4-man rushes as well. The nose is always going away from the rusher. Okay. And the end is always base technique if he's not to the side of the rush. The guy to the rush has to know the pattern. Okay. So our rules are locked in for the non-blitzers. Okay. Same thing from an underfront here. Okay. If you're a 4-down and you wanted to run the boundary side blitzes, you can still do it. Okay. It's actually really easy when you're rushing the boundary side because it's your end, your 3-tech, and your inside backer to the boundary running the blitz. Okay. And I'm not going to go over a ton of the blitzes today because like I said, I'm smushing a couple presentations into one by doing the sims. Okay. When we run our middle blitz, okay, the same rules apply. The will is force defender, seam curl flat. The end and tackle are not in the blitz, so they're C gap. Okay. Now the only difference is the Sam backer is low hole. So we have the way we name it, we'll give him a little reminder in the name of the coverage that tells him that he's the low hole guy. But the nose has to memorize the pattern for the inside blitzes. The Mike and Zip memorize the pattern. Okay, so you ask the end, hey, what do you do in X blitz? Oh, well, I'm not the blitzer. I must be C gap. Okay, tackle. What do you do in X blitz? Hey, I'm not a blitzer in that one. I must be C gap. Will, what do you do in X blitz? Well, I'm not a blitzer in X blitz. I must be force defender or seam curl flat. Okay, so the same rules apply no matter what family of blitzes we're in. It's a true blitz system. It's not just rote memory trying to memorize 1,000 different blitzes. Okay. And here's what it would look like from a 4-down look and underfront. Okay, if we want to do one of the middle blitzes, it's still the nose, the Mike, and the Zip. The tackle's going to play C through B. He's going to step out and cut off C gap. And then again, you'd have to drop your boundary side end. Okay, drop your boundary end. Okay, this is the one I'm going to go over the most today because we've been very successful with the sim off of it. So to show the blitz and then coordinate it with the sim, I picked this blitz, shoot blitz. Okay, so what shoot blitz is for us, this is shoot to the field. So remember with those locked in rules, the nose has A away, the tackle has C, the will has force defender and drop. Okay, the zip is B gap and then low hole. Okay, they're locked in. They don't care that it's shoot blitz. They just care that it's a field side blitz. Their rules are locked in. So shoot has been a very successful blitz for us. Here's the pattern. Okay, the Sam backer has a read blitz, and I'm going to go over what the read blitz is on another slide in more detail. But he walks up like he's showing edge pressure. He has to look like he's coming off the edge, and then he opens up. Okay, points his toe at the hip of the center, and he's screaming for A gap unless the tackle slides away. Then he comes off his ass. Okay. So the way we teach that is open up towards the center, but if you see the tackle's butt, come off of it. Open up towards the center. If you see the tackle's butt, come off of it. That's the Sam's rule and shoot. If we were to run shoot to the boundary, the Will would have that same rule. Okay. The Mike, here I have it walked up. Okay. His rule and shoot, he must be early. He cannot get in the way of the Sam blitzer. He's going to walk up. He's like a stand-up 3 technique, and he has to hit B gap hard. He's penetrating B gap. If the tackle blocks down, he's going to squeeze down with it, just like he's a 3 technique, but he's going to try to speed rush. He's going to try to speed rush the guard. Okay. And the end is jet technique. He's going to penetrate C gap. If he wants to widen out, be a 5 technique, if we didn't already have him there, he could widen out, be a 5 technique, but he is a C gap penetrate rusher. He's the outside of all blocks. Shoot blitz has been great for us. We use it to attack pass protection. Okay. and we also use it in zone read